Hi everyone, Dr. Samantha Cotrera here for the Imagining a New We video blog. I am just doing a series of short videos for the next 2 weeks introducing different activities and assignments that you can do in your classroom to bring in the ideas of digital pedagogy to teaching and learning history. And while the instructor's guide that I'm drawing this from was written primarily for college and university instructors, these activities and assignments will work great for middle school and high school students as well. And just to be clear, you don't need to know a lot of fancy tools and technologies to engage in digital humanities. It's just being more thoughtful in what we have available in terms of digital tools and technologies, but also historical digital objects that we can now do analysis through and with, that makes the digital humanities more than just like using these tools as a means to an end. Like, digital humanities allows this to be like the end. So this is a series of 3 to 5 minute short videos introducing these activity guides, but you can check out the ebook without my narration to see how they can work in your classroom as well. Let me know if you use them. I can't wait. I'm particularly excited, and today we're going to be talking about mapping primary sources. So you actually may have already got your students to do a mapping of primary sources activity. What makes something a digital humanities activity is when you're being really explicit about why and how you're engaging in digital work related to this. I am also using examples here from like novels. So this doesn't just need to be history related. And I also think there's some really cool things related to social sciences. So by thinking more broadly about what digital mapping could do, you can bring some of those critical elements into your classroom. Just a reminder that this Mapping Primary Sources assignment guide, as well as all 9 of the assignment guides, can be found in this Doing the Digital Humanities and Social Sciences in Your Classroom Instructor's Guide. It's a free ebook on the York University Library website. It identifies some theory and practice behind digital humanities, but also these 9 assignment guides. They were created for people that don't know anything about digital humanities by people that don't know anything about digital humanities, including myself, mainly for undergraduate students, but I think that these can be brought into like middle school, intermediate, and high school secondary classes as well. So please let me know if you use this in your classroom. So it may be the easiest way to bring in digital humanities and the social sciences for you because you're already familiar with digital maps. But doing this with digital humanities can help make meaning in new ways, because it's not just creating it, but why? Why will plotting a primary source on a map help us understand a particular idea or concept better than if it wasn't on the map? How will students communicate this? So this is a fairly standard assignment. You're plotting and annotating digital materials on a map. So you can definitely use Google Maps. These are 2 other like kind of cool websites that you can explore. Again, they are very easy to use. Choose locations and materials. Choose how and with what students would be indicating things. Write a description of them. This can be small to medium. Oh, I also just want to identify that like Casey Burkholder in our pandemic pedagogy talk also talked about mapping like pandemic spaces. So that can be brought in as well for that social science and social studies component. Robin, who was one of the students that worked on this, she was looking at photographs from the Toronto Telegram archives. So the Toronto Telegram was a newspaper in Toronto, obviously, and she was looking at pictures that were referenced for refugees or migrants. And so she created 2 maps, one that where people came from, hopefully this pops up, and then the other one where people went to. And so with these maps, she can now have a different discussion about, and you can see if you click on that, there's a photograph with the description. You can have different conversations about these materials because of the ways it's being mapped, which is really cool. So there is another example here from a course related to Toronto. There's also this giant project here called the Republic of Letters. But also I loved this assignment about a novel like Mrs. Dalloway and having students map characters' movements through the plot. I think of Austin Clarke's novels about West Indian domestic workers in 1960. Like that would be a really cool novel to map as well. There are other community mapping projects, and you can also look really critically about what digital mapping can tell us and show us about things like racism and segregation. So don't just get your students to map, engage with that conversation about the critical aspect of digital mapping when you're engaging in this assignment.